Hi everyone, welcome to another Transformers toy review. Today we're going to take a look at Decepticon Airwave. He's from the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy line. I think he's from the Earthrise line in particular. And basically this guy is a kind of Micromaster base which has kind of been reimagined. So it does actually then have an alt mode. So it transformed into a robot mode, which it previously didn't have, and it's one of these weaponizer ones where basically it can transform, but all the pieces can basically be pulled off and they can be added and used as weapons and transformed to different things. So we'll take a look at that. So here he is in his packaging in his robot mode. He's kind of got a bit of an odd head, so we'll take a look at that. Picture of the kind of base mode. He's a deluxe class figure, and there on the back some pictures of him in both the modes and kind of the different kind of configurations that you can have for the base, and shows you kind of how you can use the figures with him as well, and also showing how you can kind of unplug everything and then plug it all back in together again. Then on the side here, the normal kind of War for Cybertron artwork, looking good. And the same on the top here, you see Galvatron kind of spinning out. And that is it basically, as far as the packaging goes. What we'll do now, got some scissors. So we'll open this guy up and see what he looks like. Right, here we are. We've got him in his robot mode out of the packaging. And with it, obviously you get his instructions, you know, little thing of bump, and this kind of packaging thing as well, which comes with the red kind of decoder, and you cut out this bit and there'll be a little bit of Cybertronian writing which will indicate a planet name. Normally you can kind of make it out quite easily with this one, but I can't actually make out where it is or what the writing is actually on that one. So yeah, I'll take a look at that another time. Here is the figure himself, Airwave. He's pretty good. I kind of wish they had gone a bit closer with some of the colours that they used on here in terms of the blues. I wish it was a slightly different type of blue, and you see they've used on here, pardon me, they've used more kind of whites. So on here it's a very grey looking sort of figure. I don't know if maybe the Takara one, slightly different colours. If it is, I'd be interested to pick that up. I think it's always quite cool, these weaponizers, that potentially you can get a couple and kind of do sort of a bit of a mix and match job in terms of have one in the base mode, one in the robot mode, or use one as kind of weapons for another figure. But yeah, here he is. The head just a little bit squat, which is another little nitpick. Kind of just looks like somebody's got hold of what his head was and just kind of pressed down on it and squished him down. But there is some good paint on there. It's kind of this kind of gunmetal grey, and it looks like maybe even orange eyes behind that. It's a job to see. And silver on the top. Some nice gunmetal paint in here where all kind of pistons and things are as well. They've gone for this kind of asymmetrical look to him, so he's got a hand here and a plug in here for a gun, which you can plug in there as well. Yeah, so that's quite a neat little look to him. The head kind of does rotate around. You can't move it down, but you can move it up a little bit, so you can get him looking up. The arms rotate around. Well, you can pull them off as well, so you can get that. This bit comes up, so you can get the arm out, swivel over, and up to there. Don't think the hands rotate around, but this bit does. And same on the other side as well. In fact, it's probably a little bit more, because one, you can pull that bit off as well. Okay, so you can pull the arm back a little bit more on this one. Obviously you can swap these around if you want to. So these are both exactly the same. So you can have these on here or you can swap it around and maybe just have the smaller gun on here if you wanted to, like that. I'm not sure if you can peg this on here, but you could potentially peg that on there. So you've got a few different looks that you can kind of go for if you want to. Yeah, you can kind of do whatever you want really. Pegs into there, like that. I think it does look quite cool how they had it configured with this bit on here. Bit of a gun on there. Coming down to the legs, you've got some nice paint apps on the legs, and job to tell if it's paint or different coloured plastics here they've used for the blue and the dark grey here. A good bit of waist articulation here, again because of the type of bottle that he is. He's got quite long legs and a quite short body in here. This bit rotates around. It does also pull out as well. Legs can go all the way up to there, so good deal of articulation all the way back and right out to the side as well. Swivel there, bend in the knee back to there. You get a tilt that goes back to here. Any further, I can get all the way there. So a great deal of motion, so you can really get him in some quite cool poses. I'm never any good at doing poses, but someone who could would be able to get them into some decent poses. And then as a size comparison here, here's one of the little Micromasters there as well. So you can see what he looks like alongside him as well. And then to start the transformation process, you basically pull off all his limbs. So we'll start with that. Right, okay, so let's get this guy transformed. Now he does have a few different modes, but for all of them, what you'll need to do by starting off really is taking stuff apart. So take off the arms. I'm just going to adjust this slightly. So take off one arm, take off the other one, take this bit off, take this bit off, take this bit off. Now, looking at it as well, yeah, so you've got these bits here on this one here as well. So you want to kind of peg them together, it looks like. Like that. So you've got that, just put that to one side and that to one side. You pop his head down, or move it that way, and then pop it down. You're going to take this bit off here. You're then going to take these leg pieces off, like so. On this piece here, you're going to bring these bits around here like that, and then they're just going to peg into the side like so. Hopefully, yeah, like that. So they're nice and secure, and then the legs that we put down to one side will kind of open up. So first time I've done this, I think now. They open up on this side. Here we go, like that. Put them up straight like that. So do the same on the other side. Take that and that, and straighten that one out. So then you should have all of this stuff out and straight. So that's kind of almost your kind of starting point, if you like. And the instructions show you, the first bit is you kind of get this piece here and this piece here, and looks like you peg that into there. Maybe the other way around. Yeah, like that. So you got that bit done first. Next up, you get hold of these pieces here, and you kind of have them facing outwards, so with the feet facing outwards. So you kind of peg in one on this side, then one on the other. I will do a bit of a size comparison against the old one as well, because they are quite diddy, I think, in comparison. And then you get these bits on the end. And you get plugged in here. I would have liked to see them do like a tidal wave transformer from these weaponizers. I thought that would have been a quite cool one to do. Whether or not they get around to something like that. So that should be all pegged in. Looks like, yeah, like that, I think. And then, yeah, next bit is you peg. So these bits are actually, they do actually show that these bits peg into the side, I think. They seem to want to go in all the way. I think that's right. And then you get hold of this little noggin here. That kind of goes on the top there, so it acts as a little kind of funnel. These bits go on the side. Presumably as kind of little blasters or other funnels or pipes for the runway. So you got those there. I didn't see where this thing went. Oh yeah, so it says underneath, you turn around upside down. Oh yeah, you pop this bit in here, and then you can plug this bit into the side here. So have it plugged round, I guess. So like that and like that underneath, like so. And then these bits will then come underneath and peg into there, and that makes it a lot more stable at the top there. So, and that is it for the kind of first bit of transformation. And then obviously you can put your, I picked up a car there, but the cars can go on it. You pick up your jets, go on it. Here's a G1 Micromaster here as well, so he fits on it. And here is the kind of original one here side by side, so you can see this one's a little bit chunkier. There is a bit more detail in this one though. Still got the same number on it. I think that's pretty cool. So they've done some nice things with these ones. And obviously this one transforms into a robot as well. So you can do what the other one could do with this one, in terms of this one. Also, you could do this, and you then have a slightly different look to it. So I'll replicate that with this one. So it looks as if what you do is you have the same kind of base bit here. So unplug these bits here. This bit looks to be exactly the same, but then what you do is just unplug this from here. Pick this out. Come on. Was that right? Oh yeah, this is the underneath one. So that'll have to come pegged away from there like that. And then what it looks like you do is you have these bits kind of in together, but then they peg in either side here, like that, like that, like so. It looks as if you could then, if you had another one of these, peg them on in other places as well. So you have them underneath like this, and then yeah, it looks as if you peg these in underneath. So it doesn't, can't see that it says plug it in a particular one in a particular way, or does it just go into these bits here? Okay, so it shows this one kind of going into here, I think, to act as a bit of a base, and then this one plugging in here, I'm guessing. Yeah, I see. So that'll just give us that extra support again. So it'll plug into there. So I like the way this one works actually. Does it not do the same on this side here? Yeah, I'm not convinced I've got that side right, unless it's supposed to be like that on that side. No, it does show it like that. That side seems a bit more secure. So it's kind of like that, and then it basically shows these other bits kind of just a slightly different configuration. So it shows with this one pegged onto the side of here, and then this one on the top of here like that, kind of plugged in like that. So just a ever so slightly different configuration. And again, you can have your guys on here, and there's kind of treads on here, so you could make it as a moving thing. You can connect it to an Astra train if you wanted to, with his kind of battle thing, so you can do that. I think that'd be worth doing. Here he is again with the G1 Action Master, and Micromaster even, and one of the regular ones in robot mode. And here he is alongside the original there as well. So that looks pretty neat. And next up is this kind of armoured version. The other thing it shows you on the instructions is with this one how he can connect up to double dealer on the back. So you can almost like tow him along. It's another cool thing that you can do. And the next one is transforming it into this kind of battle station, which on the other one is pretty simple. You just transform this bit here. I think that was it. I mean, you may have to flick that bit up, I'm not sure. And then you had missiles on the top here, which this one doesn't have, so it's not complete. But yeah, it's pretty simple transformation. No doubt on this one it'll be a little bit different, so let's get him transformed. Right then, so okay, so there's a few things we need to do with this one. Much the same as before, where you have to kind of pull different bits apart. So yeah, let's start by doing all of that. Pull these bits off. Pull these bits off. Pull these off. Pop that to the side. Looks as if you start off with this bit here, have it turned around this way, and in the instructions it shows you that you have this one kind of pegged into the side here like that. Then you get hold of the next one here, so a bit like the first one where we pegged the bits together like that. Next then you turn these bits over the kind of feet like so, and then next up you get hold of this piece from underneath. Here we go, and get it out, and just checking which way it's supposed to go. Yeah, and it looks like it just fits in this little section here. So just line the holes up properly like that. It then shows that you actually pull these bits apart from each other. Easier said than done. So just reconnect that if you messed that up like I did. So next up you've got this bit here, and you get hold of this one here. This is where you connect it up using these here. So that connects up. So that gives you a bit of a spinny bit to open it up with. And then it looks if you get hold of this bit here. I'm not sure if I'm... the other thing I've missed in amongst this is underneath here, you're supposed to have the other arm plugged in, it looks like. Plugged in like that, I think. Possibly. He says. I don't think it is. I don't think I got that bit right, actually. So I'm just going to unplug the arm a second. I know that bit's right. It's just the bit underneath that I've got wrong. This bit doesn't go, doesn't plug underneath here. The good and the bad thing about these, I guess, is that everything unplugs. That's also the bad thing about it sometimes, is that everything also unplugs. So I just have to plug all of this back in again. So it was like that, and then having these bits plugged in underneath. I'm just going to line that up like that. Like that. So it looks as if this bit kind of sits on top of these two pieces here. So you just peg these on underneath like that. And then you get hold of your doodad. And this goes in here. These two guns look as if they kind of peg on the end of here. Well, it shows them going down like that, but whichever way you want to have them plugged in. And then, oh, I see, you can see, I think this is supposed to maneuver up as well at the same time. I think what I've done is this bit is supposed to be around the other way. So this piece here, no, that would stick out even further, wouldn't it? Just because I'm just think, oh no, that doesn't bend there. I'm just thinking of a way that it should maneuver around a bit more. Like that. And then on the back, it shows you that you have this arm kind of pegged in and around here like this. So I'll just double check on that. So that's... it took me a little while to work out the last bit, and all you do is you have to plug this bit here and plug that onto the back there like that, and this bit kind of just sits in there. It doesn't really do anything. I had trouble with this bit, but you do have to kind of just be a bit rough and just kind of lift it up a little bit, and it'll kind of sit in that kind of position there. And then you've kind of got your kind of attack base in that position. Obviously you can put a little a figure in there, I guess. Don't know. Even a Micromaster really is a little bit too small to fit in there. I don't know if you could kind of sit someone in there potentially. So it's a little bit too small really. I guess you could have someone kind of manning it, like another figure from behind here, kind of manning it and sort of getting ready to fire it. So you could do that. If you're having it like that as well, you could potentially have someone kind of sat up here. Kind of controlling it or doing something along those lines. So you could do that if you wanted to. Yeah, you get a few different options. It's quite neat. It's probably not the best of them, but you know, with these weaponizers, they do a hell of a lot in all of these different modes. Yeah, I think it's worth getting hold of, that's for sure. Definitely I would get hold of it. I'm tempted to grab another one if I can, but I don't know if I will. I think it's one of those ones, if I see them on sale somewhere, I probably will do, but I probably won't just go out and buy it for the sake of it. And then, you know, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you could even have a little base like that and do stuff with the other bits if you want to. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching as always, and just remember, stay safe. Look after yourselves. Bye bye.